Let me make sure it's good for me. Baby girl. I'm the man from the NBA.
Looks good.
Oh, I'm actually gonna go fill my water.
I'm splitting hairs. The frame's a little bit off, but that's if I'm splitting hairs.
Again, yeah, I just need to send him the fucking one that doesn't have the green line. I thought I did, but the one without the green line, that's what I use for the actual podcast, so.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. I mean, we all saw it. Like, I mean, the Mile High question from last week was rank the Broncos head coaches. Like, I don't think we're doing that this week, honestly.
Well, you already answered it in the
Well, because, yeah, it's really fucking simple. It's the guys that, had a minute amount of success. Vic Fangio, and then fucking Josh McDaniels. Vance Joseph was also dog shit.
I would have had done some actual research to be able to get any names like that because I only knew 2.
Are you talking about the green lines in the middle?
I said if we're splitting hairs, that's the only thing I would say, but it's literally not even a millimeter.
Here, I can actually probably fuck with it.
I just said he's like, I need to just send him the one.
I'm just going to send you the one without the lines because you don't need the lines.
That's true. Oh. That would actually be super great. Here, I did fix it though.
It's good vertically.
No, I fixed it. No, I had to fix it. It's because I bumped it with my mouse. Use the keys. It's good.
There you go. Hammer City. Nice.
That'll work. Alright, cool. We good to go? Kelly, you gonna tweet it out or anything? Or
yeah, I'll tweet it out.
Okay.
Big up. Tweeter. I'll do the same. DMCA.
Now we're good.
Labor cutting.
That's interesting.
Paddy the Baddy's going to fight Jared Gordon on March 19th in London.
Who?
Paddy the Baddy.
Oh, I honestly don't follow Pat at all.
Who is that? I don't know who you're talking about.
The UFC.
Barstool UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Oh. They have a Barstool UFC fighter?
Yeah, Paddy the Baddy.
Paddy Pimblett.
Interesting. Alright, I tweeted it out.
Cool.
Oh.
Who is Jared Gordon? That's what I want to know.
Let's get the show on the road, baby.
That hashtag, though.
UNC's down 29 again, so just gonna go end my night in a fucking bullet chamber.
You know what you can do is you can come into the bathroom with me while I'm...
I was gonna say,
Cal, I don't know what your obsession with your poop is.
The sounds.
It's so crazy. Weird though.
Gross.
It's
so gross.
You have no
it
clue.
Is crazy. As I'm sitting here, the noises and sounds that my stomach makes, Like, I almost want to put a second microphone down by my stomach just so you guys can hear it.
I don't know anyone
People
who
don't need that.
I don't know anyone who enjoys their shit more than Cal does. That's actually
It's-
true. Whether
it's
he's sick
fantastic.
or not, he loves the poop with no fan on in the dark.
It's a human nature.
I mean, in the dark thing I get, but
I
no
love
fan
pooping
thing
in the
is
dark.
a...
Pooping in the dark.
No,
I only
pooping-
I don't turn on the fan. It's because half the time when I go on and poops, it's when Kate and I talk. It's his bedroom right beside mine, and we're talking half the time, and I gotta flip it back off, flip it back off, flip it back off, flip it back off. You know, we're having conversations, brotherly love.
I think it's psychopathic shit to not turn on the light while you poop.
I mean, who cares? You're in there for one reason.
It's the
not
same
like
thing.
you're
If
gonna
you're
sit there and stare
If
at
you
your
ever
toes.
taken a shower in the dark, it's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely done that, but not every single time I've ever taken a shower.
Fantastic.
You like to sit in your own filth. It's disgusting.
How's sitting in the dark sitting in your own filth?
Because you don't turn the fan on and it's poop. It
Well,
just
that's
smells
the
Like I
bad.
biggest
said, that
times-
one's weird.
No, there's times when I do and times when I don't. Like, he yelled at me today, he goes, turn the fan on. I'm like, Kate, it is on, you effing idiot.
And you know what the worst part is about Cal, though? Whenever he turns the fan on, he then will leave it on for the next, 8 hours. Like, I just had to go shut off his fan for him.
Fan's on.
He's so stupid. He's so stupid.
Alright, we ready to go?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Alright, hey everyone, welcome to this landmark episode, boys. This is episode 50 of the Just Us Guys podcast. We made it. It took a little bit over a year, but we're here.
Gay gang.
So, yeah, no, how's everyone doing? How's everyone's weekend? Cal, I have a sneaking suspicion I know how yours went, but...
Yeah. My weekend sucked. For my body. Food poisoning is not fun.
My weekend was...
It's all Billy's fault. It's all Billy's fault. Because we were just talking about it, and I literally said I've never had food poisoning in my life. And I kid you not, a half hour later I threw up. I literally a half hour later. It was so weird.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's rough.
My weekend was good. I flew into Denver Wednesday night, spent a couple nights with Ty, ate some good food, hung out, and then went to Rocky National Park and went to the Gardens of the Gods and had a great time with Jordan. So we had a good weekend.
Rocks and you tried a bull testicle.
I did try a bull testicle, and it doesn't taste anything like you would think. It literally just tastes like fat off the side of a steak that tastes like nothing. At least fat on the side of a steak has a taste to it. This didn't have a taste to it.
And I asked him, was it as good or worse as deer heart? And he goes,
Oh.
deer heart is way worse.
Deer heart's way worse.
I love deer heart.
liver, dude, liver or anything like that's way worse, dude. Okay, so going to the restaurant, I had a completely after Ty explained it, I had a completely different image of what I was going to try before I got there, and it was nothing like that. So then that's why I think it made it a
to
lot
be fair,
better.
Jordan thought she was gonna eat a bull testicle like a potato. So.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I definitely thought it was going to be literally
gonna be,
a
come
full
out
ass
with,
potato.
not
We're
raw,
going to cut it.
Picture a skinned potato, and
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
just plopped on your fucking
Yeah,
table.
but deep fried, like you
No,
said. But
it's
breaded
gonna
and deep
come
fried,
out
like you
looking
said.
like a jalapeno popper.
Yes.
More or less, if you've ever had fried calamari, that's how it comes out.
Yeah,
fried
I was going in there with a completely negative outlook, and it ended up damn. I mean, listen, am I gonna be honest with you? Would I get bull testicle again? Probably not. But it's something. It was fun. It was a fun thing to try. It's
Correct.
way better than other things I've tried that are just god awful. So, I would give it for exotic food. I would give it a 6 out of 10. Exotic food.
How was your weekend, Evan?
No, it was good. I really didn't do much. I mean, Sunday was kind of a wash. We got this big winter storm that scared everybody from going outside. But Saturday, I just, spending inside, playing some poker, playing some chilling, watching some football.
Breaking PBs on Twitch viewership, but
Yeah. That's what happens when you get a stream at 5 a.m.
Well, that's what happens when you stream it all.
Yeah, I know. It's nice.
It was funny when I subbed to you this month, and it was the 21st month sub, and you're on 24 with me, in which we got affiliated about the same time. I'm like, why am I so behind him? I'm like, oh, it's because he took about 3 months off, not streaming there for a while, so I couldn't sub to him.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that makes sense.
During the summer, yeah.
Yeah. And then we had the birthday boy over here, Mr. Closer to 30.
I am 1 year closer to 30. Yeah, no, 28 now. That was fun. Had a good weekend. Went out to eat a couple different times. Went to the Nature and History Museum here, so that was cool. Because I mean, everyone that knows me knows I like dinosaurs. Hasn't changed. And yeah, watched football and lost a shitload of money because I made a lot of same game parlays that did not hit.
Yeah, me too. I
That
lost
one-
like
that-
I lost $75 in like 10 different.
I lost
$5
like
bets.
$108 this weekend just on
Yeah.
same game parlays.
Yeah.
It hurt.
Same.
I did not make
Billy
one bet.
Billy almost slapped a monster one last night.
Mm-hmm.
He
I
almost hit an all timer.
The only one he didn't get was Kyler, right?
rushing yards.
I-
Yes, Kyler rushing yards.
But I think didn't Cooper get the over in the yardage?
no, he didn't. Cooper had
No,
100.
Cooper didn't.
No.
What was Cooper's over?
105.
Billy had him at 114 and a half, but
Oh.
Cooper only had like I think 85 yards.
I did not place
Stafford
one
only
bet
threw
this
14
weekend.
or 17 times. Sorry, kid, go ahead.
No, sorry. I did not place one bet this weekend, and I would like to congratulate myself because I would have lost money. So I won money by not betting this weekend.
Understandable.
Every week I say I'm retired from the NFL, and then I place another bet.
No, dude, listen. I'm being dead
can't-
serious.
you
Like,
can't
I'm
have it.
out.
It's
I'm out of
fine.
the NFL. I'm done.
I'm out
Done.
of the NFL.
Yeah,
I'm
and
done.
it's
I'm done. I'm
And
out.
then the Super Bowl comes around and then
Yeah, no. That's like betting on the college
Went
national
to the
championship.
national anthem.
No.
you know.
Yeah.
That's like
I
betting
think
on the
the Super
college
Bowl
national
will be
championship.
my
You gotta bet
my
it.
next football bet. That's it.
I
Evan.
simply can't do that.
Until
I mean, I
Sunday.
guess I'll bet it for the pod. You know, like whatever my thing is. I'll make that bet if I choose a game, but that'll be it.
I'm
And then-
strictly
And then September
tired of
comes
it.
of this year, and Evan will be right back on the horse.
no. Once the
New year.
once the new season
Hopefully
starts, I'm
new
in. I'm back to betting the NFL once week 1 comes back around.
Yeah,
But 2020 this season, I've lost probably $800 on the NFL.
I've lost more than that.
okay.
I'm
No,
not
if you
done
could-
well this year.
I literally float. Only reason why I float is because I pick NBA winners. That's it. Just people who win games. I'm good at that. That's it. I'm
Yeah,
not
I've
good.
been struggling.
Ty, you've been on a slide for like 3 months. 4
It's
months.
been impressive, honestly. That just means I'm gonna go on a great heater.
Mm-hmm.
It's bound to happen.
It
You know
has
what
to,
you know what they say about sports gambling? You only lose when you quit, and that's on God.
Oh, I'm gonna make my motherfucking money back.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You only lose when you quit.
They also say that you can't win unless you put the bet in. So
It's facts.
Also true. All right, Cal, what do you got for us this week? And I hope
Alright.
it doesn't have to do with food poisoning or
No, it
shitting in the
doesn't.
bathroom with the lights off.
It doesn't. This is relevant, really. Okay. So with the NFL playoffs around, and ramping up and everything, and the new movie coming out, The Underdog,
American
the
Underdog.
American Underdog, the story of Kurt Warner's story, in his life and everything, his journey to make it to the NFL and the Super Bowl champion and everything that he's accomplished in his career. But if there happened to be a movie somehow made about your life, what actor would be casted to play you? And I'll go first to give you guys to think about it because obviously I've came up with the question and thought about it all day. I want to be 100% honest with myself. It's got to be Jonah Hill. It's got to be. It's funny. He's got a nice beard. You know, he's a thicker guy like myself. He just got to shave his head, and I think you know,
Yeah, but he only
I
has to
think you
shave
play
his
me.
head towards the end of the movie.
yeah, I know, but he's not gonna play a baby. Like he's gonna play me as a kid.
Well, I mean, he's gonna play you as like a teenager and stuff, right? Like,
yeah, I guess. And I'm going on 3 years shaving the head now, so
Me and my
I have no
choice.
idea who it looks like me. No idea.
no, it's not. It just looks like you, just like you know, has like that same charisma, bro.
The same personality.
Yeah, I thought either Jonah Hill or I even thought
I don't
about
know another person that eats
um,
chicken every meal.
Jesus.
No, Evan, that's not, dude.
Or I thought
That's
either
not the
I was
point.
thinking either Jonah Hill or Chris Pratt. Chunky or Chris Pratt.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say Chris
not-
would have to put on the he'd have to
Yeah.
put on the
On,
he'd have
like,
to be Parks and Rec. Yeah.
Parks and Rec, yeah.
Mhm.
And they have to exaggerate the height because he's not a short guy, where Jonah Hill's kind of a shorter dude, you know.
Great question.
Trying to think, I think
I
I'd
think
have to
for
lean.
Kate-
It has to be someone with a beard, so I'm gonna go like a Daniel Radcliffe could definitely pull off my dumbass.
But he's short, dude. He's a tiny man.
Well, most actors aren't 6'3".
God, but he's a tiny man. He's like 5'4".
Yeah, I mean,
Cade, I was thinking
he's
Cade.
taller. He's actually, I think, taller than Zac Efron. Zac Efron's 5'7".
I was seriously thinking Cade with a scraggly beard, Leo. Like he's got that round face.
But
little
I actually
scraggly
do
beard.
think Leo is like 6'4". He might be taller than me.
No, Leo ain't no
Yeah.
6'4". No way.
DiCaprio? Really?
I'm
he's
pretty
not
sure,
tall.
like in that last movie, what's her face is taller than him, Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay, he's six flat.
He's 6
Okay,
flat.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Cade's 5'10", 5'11".
That's a very generous 5'11". I'm a
I said
5'10".
5'10",
5'9",
Boots
generous 5'10".
Boots on, 5'11".
Has Brad Pitt ever had a beard?
I could say like Chris Evans for you.
I was gonna say one of the Hemsworths, but they're way too muscular for me. Chris
They
Evans
just
has
have
been
to-
skinny
they just
before.
have to- they'd
Yes,
have to-
Chris Evans back before he was a superhero was a very slender dude.
Yeah,
John Krasinski.
could do Krasinski.
Yeah.
Fuck it, Robert Pattinson, whatever. Just do that. We'll go with that.
Oh my god, he looks sickly. What do we think for Evan?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. I could see for Evan. I could see a Parks and Rec Chris Pratt.
That
He's
actually.
like he's like 6'1". You know.
Let's do Mike Myers.
Mike Myers.
Yeah.
I can see a Chris Pratt playing like a Parks and Rec Chris Pratt for Evan.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
You know, yes you do.
You know who Chris
Guardians
Pratt
of the Galaxy.
Chris Pratt.
Evan.
Oh.
Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
know.
What the fuck do you mean?
That's a bogey. That's a big bogey.
Types in Parks and Rec Chris Pratt.
Yeah, and I see. I definitely know who he is now.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the way he looked in
Yeah, I don't look anything like that.
No, not now. He's ripped as hell for like Guardians of the Galaxy and in the war movies he's played in a couple times.
Yes.
I don't think everyone
Andrew
necessarily.
Garfield could play Ty too as well.
Oh, this dude.
Possibly. Jude Law could play Evan. If you can look him up, he has a pretty solid receding hairline going on right now.
Oh my god. Oh.
That is definitely not me. No. I have more hair than all you fucks, so fuck you, Ty.
And then
That's
you do
simply
not-
true.
Okay,
Yeah,
listen.
we're okay.
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that. No
100%.
fucking way.
No, Evan, just because you haven't had a haircut in fucking 6 months doesn't mean you have more
I
hair.
have more hair than Cade.
His
I
hair is
won't.
way more.
No, you
his hair is
don't.
way more thick than yours.
Dude.
It's not even close.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, Evan, you have a literal peak going on.
And you're trying to look like Adam.
Oh, Adam Driver.
No,
He could
we're-
have Kylo Ren.
I mean, if it's a peak, it's a very small peak.
No, dude, it's if
My
you
hair
look
is-
down,
my hair is
if
very
you look
thin.
down, it looks like a geese flying in pattern to the south.
My hair is more thick than Cade's. I'm sorry.
It is not more thick than Cade's.
It is.
It is not. It is not. You can literally see it. Cade sits up on his own. Yours is literally have to be slicked back like it is right now. His is sitting up on its own.
Mine's literally like a poof ball.
Yeah, that is
Football.
thick.
If I didn't have my gel in my hair, I'd show you because my hair is hard as fuck right now.
But
Yeah,
Cade
you got
doesn't
that.
need
You got
gel.
that Joey B hair going on.
That's the thing is Cade doesn't need gel. That's how his hair's thick. People that
Well,
need
I
gel is
did-
because their
I-
hair is thin. You have
No,
thin hair.
because I slicked it back today. That's why. Because I've never slicked my hair back. I did it today for the first time. That's why I put gel in
You're
my
on
hair.
American Psycho.
Is it
Oh
Golden
yeah,
Pony
Christian
Boy?
Bale. Christian Bale could play Evan. We'll go with that.
Is it Golden Pony Boy? Because Evan's like putting like grease in his hair.
Gotcha. Greaser. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Got those dots now.
Yes. Okay. I hate when you have like when it's a decent joke that you gotta explain. You know, it kind of takes the luster out of it.
Totally
Yeah.
understand where you're coming from for sure, but yeah.
Yeah, because that really was a good joke. I'm gonna say that was a pretty good one. Like a pretty kind of cunning,
I had
little
a really
education
stupid-
based.
I had a really stupid pun earlier when you asked us how our weekend was, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't know. I honestly think the only one that would have got it would have been Ty out of what I was going to say, and I had to explain it. I didn't want to say it, but I was going to say, he said, how was your guys' weekend? And I said it was going to be very Edward. And it would have been like, what do you mean? I'm like, Edward Snowden?
So
Mm.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, like.
Yeah, I know what that means, Cal. Don't fucking come at me
I
like
didn't
that.
think you knew.
No, dude, Edward
Who he
Snowden.
was.
He's literally known to be the biggest like
I didn't
anarchist
know
in American
who he
history.
was. Didn't know who he-
Anarchist is not the correct word.
I
Okay,
don't
you
even
know
know
what
if
I
his first
mean,
name's
though.
Edward.
He did create
I don't
anarchy.
even know if I'm sure his first name's Edward, but I know his last name's Snowden.
It is Edward.
Is it
Edward Snowden,
It's
dude.
Edward
Dude, it's a
Snowden.
great movie about him. Great
It's a
movie.
great movie.
Now, Evan, do you know who Edward Snowden is?
Yeah, it's the dude that. Isn't it the
Biggest
dude that?
whistleblower.
Yeah.
He worked
The
for the
leak-
NSA,
leaked-
stole the
He
files.
leaked a bunch of
yes.
information. and
Yeah, he did
threatened-
what was
threatened to
right.
leak American secrets.
He did what was right.
He's the actual hero here. Assange, on the other hand, Julian Assange is not. But he's also, I'm pretty sure, dead.
I
But
don't know
that's
who
my
that is.
question
Don't
for
quote me
this
on that.
week. That's my question for this week. Something a little bit. to think
Ty,
about.
Well,
I
hey,
don't-
anybody that's made it this far, drop in the comments who would play us. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ty, I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know who that one is. Never heard of him.
Also a leaker.
I mean, sure, I obviously got that through context clues, but
Yes.
I did not know like anything he did.
Ask Billy who Assange is the next time you talk to him.
He probably can't talk about him.
He can absolutely talk about it. We've had conversations before.
Who's Billy?
Sorry, Walt.
Ah. Well, actually, we go by first hand to Biden. That's what we go as. Billy
Hmm.
Ripple.
The right hand.
Hey, so everyone too, by the way, before we jump into the next topic, for as we all know, we talked about this way back at the beginning before the NFL season. Our fantasy football league, Evan won the championship, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Our friend and fellow,
He's been
came
on.
Here
He's
before.
been
Been
on
on the
here a couple
show
times.
twice.
Been here a couple times. Levi was our last place participant, and he did do the NFL combine drills as punishment this weekend. Recorded it. We're just getting it all around, and it should be out sometime here soon for a good laugh.
Well, I was gonna say
Um,
we'll put it in this, but also we're definitely putting it out on
Yeah.
the account.
So keep an eye out for that. It's gonna be a good, funny joke. He actually did some impressive things, which we thought out of everyone that could do some of the stuff. It was
he was the
definitely
best
him.
candidate.
Oh, he played college football, so almost cheating.
Also, just this is a little tease, but after Thursday I'll know a little bit more. But it's in regards to the March Madness bracket this year, so just keep an eye out for that. Could be rather large this year.
And we'll do it
$1
right
million.
this time. And we'll do it right this
We're
time.
definitely gonna do it right this time.
$1 million.
But yeah,
$1 million bucks.
there's something that I have a meeting Thursday where something might come out of it, and obviously I'll keep you boys in the loop.
Oh,
But yeah,
man, that
everyone
was
just pay
such a-
attention to that because
That was such a.
it was a shit show, but at least it was
Yeah.
only $50.
Yeah.
With that being said, though, let's hop into the weekend and recap these games really quick, get thoughts on them and all that fun shit. Honest to God, there were not that many good games. Two were separated by 6 points. The rest were complete blowouts. Also, shout out to Big Ben. Even when he lost, he was still the losingest winner because the Steelers scored the most points of the losing teams this week. There's a fun
Garbage
fact
points,
for
baby.
it.
Garbage points.
Doesn't matter. Scored the most points out of the losers.
And he got the record. And he moved into third pass.
I was going to say, did he get that 59 yards or whatever he needed?
He needed 99, and it was looking not rather easy when he was 24 going into half. So, but
It's a tough game. Yeah, we'll just run down the normal, the chronological slate. First game of the weekend was Cincinnati and Las Vegas. Cincinnati, for the most part, looked pretty in command. There was some bend, but I never really was questioning the Bengals winning that game. Raiders looked good. Bengals just looked better.
yeah, Joe Burrow is doing things that we thought that Joe Burrow would do once you gave him some time.
He's doing
And-
things everyone thought Trevor Lawrence was going to do as well.
Yeah, which Trevor Lawrence, get him in the second year.
His
he might be
time,
doing
we'll
it,
see,
yeah.
but he does not have the weapons that Joey has.
Yeah.
Maybe the same
Um,
line, but
There's also, starting with this one right off the bat, some major referee controversies
Oh my
for
God.
this that just kept
the erroneous whistle.
they kept starting from the whole entire season, moving into the first game of the playoffs, which was absolutely wild.
Well,
Dude.
that was a trending theme of the weekend as well, was just dog shit refereeing. We're all going to probably touch on it on every game, I believe. I think there was almost every game where you can point to one or two specific plays that had something
there
to
was
do
a,
with
there
the
was a
outcome.
couple there was a couple with the blowout games that really didn't matter. Like I don't think there was one in the Steelers game where I was like, that was a
Again, to be fair, I didn't watch a ton of the Steelers game. I was
Yeah.
out and about, but most of the games that I watched, there were problematic referees. In this one, erroneous whistle. Joey Burrow was running to the sideline, threw a ball to the back of the end zone. They blew the whistle literally like 0.3 of a second before it was completed pass.
Oh, it was like 3 feet from the dude's hands.
And yeah, that's the whole thing. Does it really matter? No. Did the dude stop playing because he heard the whistle? No. Realistically, no. You're still moving at game speed. Does it look bad on film and in real time? Yes, but again, it's a bang bang thing. Like, it doesn't matter. But by rule, if an erroneous whistle is blown, it doesn't matter. Even if it's on accident, the play is officially dead.
Well, they even came out and said that when they reviewed it, that the whistle was after the catch, which it wasn't.
No,
unless they
it's clear as day it's not.
Unless there's something that they have that is better than what we were listening and watching. But they tried to cover their tracks, and looks like that referee's not refereeing.
No, he's done.
Playoffs. Yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing is these are amalgamation. There's your word of the day of all of the ref crews from the entire season, and this is supposed to be the all-star teams.
Yep.
And if this is the all-star teams, Jesus Christ, the NFL is in a very bad spot.
Yep.
It's almost like it's rigged.
I don't know if it's rigged, but dude, it does not. Some of these calls were brutal.
If there's any sport that I feel like is rigged, it's the NFL.
Nah, NBA.
I saw multiple TikToks, dude. Not even the play where Mike McCarthy called the worst play call of all time. It wasn't this play, but it was one that was close, where the ref ran up, put the ball down. Dak's telling the ref to get the fuck out of the way, literally clapping his hands. Ref just stood there, got out of the way with 1 second left on the play clock, snapped it, false start or delay game.
Technically, he has to let the.
We'll talk about that when we get there. I mean,
that was also bad
coaching.
Into the Dallas game, that was also bad coaching there at that point too.
Which
No, Evan's not talking about the last play of the game.
No, that one.
No, I'm just talking about a random ass play, kid.
I saw that. What happened with that one, Evan? Just so we're on the topic, they did They did the fake punt. Okay. And what they did was they kept the punting crew after they completed the first down. They kept the punting crew on the field,
right?
To make the 49ers try to get them to call a timeout for so they in the second half.
Yep.
And then with 14 seconds left in the play clock, then they switched out the personnel, and
you have to let defenses switch.
The ref once all those players have to come out, the ref has to touch the ball before he can hike it. So really,
it's something different. Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, it's Evan. That's the play. I know that's the exact play you're talking about. Because he held it, and then wouldn't let him snap it. And then Dak even got the snap off in time, and they still called a false start.
Called it.
Okay.
Yeah.
They called
But
it.
it was bad. It was poor coaching, and it's because they were trying to make a burner timeout. But at the same time, you have to let the defense make substitutions. So it really wasn't that smart and cunning. But Mike McCarthy's. The Dallas Cowboys.
He's not a good coach. Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl with him. Just keep that in mind.
The Dallas Cowboys. That's all you have to say.
But yeah, that was a game definitely. For the Bengals and Raiders. Back to it.
It was a competitive game.
It was a competitive game. It
did come down to a last literally 1 second left interception, and Derek Carr was trying to force the ball in there.
A fourth down, and that interception by that linebacker. That linebacker interception was a great interception, but
really hurt me because I had the Raiders +6 and they lost by 7. Tough.
Well, if they don't kick the field goal, get the touchdown, you cover, and they still lose. So
I +6, I win.
I think that was the only game I won out of all my bets, and it wasn't even a straight game. It was just in a parlay. It's the only bet I hit was Bengals -5.5 or something like that.
-6.
Bengals are minus. Well, minus
I got him at 5.5. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, when I placed the bet, it was -6.
Bengals did that. Then, yes.
No, he said that was sad.
It was sad. That was the only bet I hit.
Well, then Buffalo just absolutely. There is no good verb or noun to describe what Buffalo did to New England. First time in history, it was a perfect offensive game. I'm sure we've all seen the graphic at this point. 7 possessions, 7 touchdowns. Never saw a fourth down except the kneel. That was the only one. The Bills.
No turnovers. However, they did have 2 blocked.
No punts, nothing.
They had 2 blocked field goal attempts, though. They did have those.
That's special teams, though. That's not.
No, I'm just saying in general. If there's anything they have to, get figured out.
Definitely hammer. Yeah, definitely got to trust me. As a Packers fan, special teams means a lot in the playoffs.
One blocked, field goal or PAT, I get it. But 2, I know it was cold, and the kicker, it's not the easiest thing to do is kick a football in the cold. But still, I mean, 2
Gotta execute.
blocked PATs is, and the special teams first play of the game, the dude fumbled it. Luckily, it went out of bounds. So special teams is the only thing that they gotta tighten up when they play the Chiefs this week. But other than that, it was just pure domination. And another hilarious thing, I sent it in the group message right before we got on here. That first touchdown to Dawson Knox from Josh Allen, he purposely was trying to throw it out, and he didn't know that Dawson Knox caught a touchdown until like 4 minutes after. He goes, I went back to the huddle. Yeah, I was going to play the next play. I did not know he caught the ball until everyone started freaking out, and then they finally showed the replay on the jumbotron, and I was like, oh. It's like, I was trying to throw that out, and he made an incredible play. Because Billy and I were watching it, and I'm like, oh, that's a smart decision to throw it out. He's like, oh, he caught it. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I thought he was trying to throw it out, and he actually was. And actually really made a poor attempt to throw it out because it was caught. So,
I mean, hey, it happens sometimes. I mean, Aaron's done it before as well. I mean, it just is what it is.
Josh Allen played a fantastic game.
I was gonna say, yeah. Sometimes lucky's better than good, but also good can lead to lucky. So
yep.
He played a very, very good game. He had 4 or 5 touchdowns for 300 and some yards.
They had 5 passing
really
touchdowns.
well.
They had 5 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing.
And again, this is against the top 5 Bill Belichick defense in the playoffs. I mean, this was maybe the most impressive Bills win in their franchise history.
Yeah,
legitimately.
I don't care
on a national stage against the
who's
Patriots.
playing for the Patriots. I don't care who's on the team. Honestly,
It was also good for them to get over the hump.
Oh, and I love the people that go, oh, if it was Brady there, this wouldn't have happened. Like, Brady has never in his entire career had 47 points scored against him. That's a real stat.
Brady's not out there on defense. Because honestly, offensively, the Patriots were moving the football. They were doing okay.
Mac Jones was the best, I think, losing quarterback of arguably you can put Derek in there as well, but
he was
losing teams.
He put a good throw on that first interception. Micah Hyde just made a better play.
Yeah,
that was a great pick.
That was an insane interception.
Right, like that was a good throw though. Like he threw it right where it needed to be. Like Micah Hyde made a great play. Like I mean, if that goes as a touchdown, this game goes completely different. For sure, the game goes completely different.
Yeah, no, they had they had a decent offensive game plan, and he did pretty well. He had 2 interceptions. One was a great play. The other one was a tipped ball. I mean, there's what he can do about it. I mean,
they're still a young team. They were rebuilding last year. I mean, they missed the playoffs for the first time in a decade. So like,
I would
as much
say
as I don't like the Patriots, I think they're going to be fine moving forward.
I would say the Patriots had the second best season in the third best season in the NFL outside of the Super Bowl winner this year.
The Eagles are later on. We'll get to them. Don't
No,
worry.
I'm just saying though. I think the Patriots did because the Patriots, if anything, learned that Mac Jones is going to be okay. Like he's going to be pretty good. He's like going to be a good fit for their system, right? At the minimum. They play good defense, and honestly, they just need better playmakers, which they can get in the draft or free agency. Because the Patriots lack playmakers, bro. Like, they just do. N'Keal Harry sucks.
Nobody's arguing that.
Yeah, N'Keal Harry sucks. Like, Nelson Aguilar is your wide receiver number 1. You know you're not doing great.
Yeah, what's that other wide receiver caught his very first touchdown?
Jacoby Myers is also
Jacoby
on
Myers.
there.
Yeah, got his very first touchdown.
Right. Like, that's just, no. You need wide receiver help bad, especially for a young quarterback.
Yeah.
Correct. Anyone got anything else to add on? I mean, Buffalo kicked their ass. That's pretty much it's black and white.
Hey, I mean,
it was cool to see them take that. Like,
first
in my
game of the
opinion,
weekend, stuff was thrown out on the field. Wasn't the last
Dildo.
game of the weekend.
Yeah.
No.
I will say it was cool to kind of see like the Bills like finally like take that like official step past the Patriots.
Yeah, no, this was
because like last year the Patriots were bad and like no one really cared, like they were bad. But this year was like the year where like, okay, now the Bills like are running the AFC East. They went into New England and beat the crap out of them, and then they came back to Buffalo and beat the crap out of them again. So that was cool. We get to see people jump on tables again next weekend. We love that.
absolutely. It's always a good sight to come out of Bills Mafia Twitter. Cade, yeah, Eagles are next. Tampa Bay. I'm not gonna say necessarily beat their ass, but it was never close or in question. But
No, they beat their
Tampa
ass.
Bay won 31-15.
No, they beat their ass. It was. I literally said the first possession when they went 12 plays, 75 yards for a touchdown.
You did text us the group and said, "Well, this is over."
I literally said if they right when they punted the first possession, the game was over. And that's okay. We weren't supposed to be there. We're ahead of our rebuild by a mile. We got three first.
Say the one thing that really does blow. At one point, you had 3 top 10 picks. Now they're 15 to I think 19.
15, 16, and 19.
Okay.
I will take those any day of the week.
No, I mean mid-round draft picks. There's nothing wrong with those.
I want to say this: the Philadelphia Eagles, outside of the Super Bowl champions, had the best season in the NFL, and I won't be convinced otherwise. They beat their projected.
I'm sure there's a ton of people that would argue it. I see your side of it though. Like I understand entirely where you're coming.
I'm talking expectations versus reality with the upcoming offseason. I do not think anyone in the NFL had a better season than the Eagles. Because every other team, like right now, every other team that's in the playoffs, maybe outside the Bengals are the only team I have an argument that can be made with the Eagles. The only difference between the Eagles and the Bengals is that the Eagles offseason has a much more opportunity than the Bengals. But there's no team that beat their win total by more, made the playoffs, 3 first-round picks, 2 third-round picks from that trade with Carson Wentz. They won that trade by a mile. And they get to go into the offseason with the second most cap space in the NFL. So if you're a rebuilding team who made the playoffs at 9-8, and you outbeat your projected win total by 5, I don't think you can have a better season. And they learned to see if Jalen Hurts is going to be their quarterback or not. Because he actually had like a pretty decent first year campaign. So if they think he's going to be their quarterback, they learned that he is. Or if they don't think they're going to be, they learned that he's not. I don't think it could have been. I don't think I could have wrote a better season for them going into this. I thought they were going to be awful. They actually.
I feel like 14-3 and first round bye definitely would have been a better season, but.
Yeah, okay, Ty, you're playing for a Super Bowl. If you don't win a Super Bowl, where are you at? Doing the same thing over again. Right?
Yes. That's every team does that doesn't win the Super Bowl, yeah.
Right. So what I'm saying is you're like, what are you learning every single year? That you're just not good enough to make the Super Bowl?
I'm not even talking about the Packers. I'm saying in general.
You said 14-3 first round bye. You were specifically talking about the Packers.
I'm not.
14. So when you said
ideally the first seed is a better benchmark than the 7th seed. This isn't about the Packers at all. I just want to make that very clear. I'm saying in general.
So you said the exact statistics of the Packers, and it's not about the Packers.
This whole thing with saying I entirely agree with you, and I see what your side of this stand is. I'm just saying I feel teams would much rather win their division, be the first seed, get a bye, and than be the 7th seed.
Okay, so let me ask you this: if the Tennessee Titans lose this week, did they have a better season than the Eagles?
They made it one farther week.
I was going to say they made it one farther week.
They played the same amount of games in the playoffs.
I mean, that's fair.
And what do they have to show from it? They know that Tannehill's not going to win the Super Bowl, and they're going to spin their wheels and do it again next year.
Again, I think you're taking this too far. I've agreed with you on everything. I'm just saying, I know where you're coming from. I do. I'm just saying. I'm just answering your. In the playoffs and being relevant is important as well, and you guys were.
I'm just exactly. And right, that's what I'm saying. We were that and more because of the off-season stuff that we have going for us. I'm saying that you used a specific example of 14-3 first round bye, and then I said, okay, my rebuttal to that is if they don't make it to the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl, it's there's a difference between teams that are Super Bowl or bust, and there's teams that are rebuilding. There's obviously a significant difference. If the Packers or the Tennessee or Kansas City or the Bills don't make it to the Super Bowl, it's a loss of a season. Right? I mean, it's a loss of a season. If they don't make it to the Super Bowl.
There's 31 teams that have losses of a season.
No,
that metric.
dude. No, you're not getting it. Do the Jets...
I know exactly what you're saying, but regardless, one team wins, the other 31 lose. It doesn't matter if you have 15 draft picks or not, you lose. So
did you hear what I said in the first statement? I said everybody outside of who wins the Super Bowl... the Eagles had the best season in the NFL outside of whoever wins the Super Bowl.
And again, I said I can see your point, but there are people that would argue that. That's what my initial statement was. I understand what you're saying, but I also know that people would disagree with that.
Yeah, I understand that. That's not what I'm saying. You just used a very specific example, and then I argued your example.
I could have said any number for a 1 seed. It had nothing to do with the Packers. Genuinely.
I said the Titans. I'm talking about the Titans. What do the Titans gain if they lose?
5 and a 1 seed with a bye. Yes, it's a good season.
I'm not saying. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to spin my wheels.
I'm agreeing with you up until the point where the idea is to be relevant late into January. That's all.
Next game, please.
Okie dokie. Hey, you can shit on Dallas now. San Francisco kicked their ass 23-17 with a ref asterisk if you ask Dallas fans.
I don't think it was a ref asterisk.
I don't either. I don't either at all.
It was poor coaching. Dak didn't play very good. Zeke, once again, is non-existent.
Didn't he only run like 9 times or something?
It's bad.
Again, I don't understand, like, Dallas is, like, again, this goes back to last week and everyone wanted to talk about interviewing Kellen Moore and shit. Like, what has he done except underperform with a very talented roster?
Just in the Cowboys in general have underperformed with talented rosters for the last
25 years.
Yes. Jake Delhomme has more playoff wins.
Nick Foles does too.
In the Cowboys.
Let's see.
Colin Kaepernick does too.
Colin Kaepernick, Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez,
Trent Dilfer.
I can't believe Mark Sanchez is on there. Holy shit.
He has
Who went
four.
to the AFC Championship games twice.
I know.
Back to back. So.
With the Jets. Well, one was.
Reeves
No,
Island.
both of them.
No, they both were. They went to back-to-back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jets were 1 game away from the Super Bowl twice in back-to-back years.
Buff fumble away.
Like,
A buff fumble away.
just insane.
Yeah. No, however, though, I'm not taking any credit away from the 49ers because low key the 49ers are the hottest team coming into the playoffs.
They're sneaky good.
They
They're
won
just
5
good
straight.
at what they do.
They won 5 straight to get in. They're well coached. They have a quarterback that just does just enough to win. Doesn't do nothing too crazy. They have great playmakers. And they have a solid defense. With, like I said, like you can't stress enough, they have great coaching. So
No, they have very good coaching.
So that's where it didn't like you said. We had 2 of you guys had them on money line this week in our bets. So
I had them +3, but I did in my parlay. I put them
so
money line.
three of the 4 here used them as their bet this weekend. And it shows because the Cowboys in the playoffs. I mean, I'd rather bet on the Bengals who got their first win in 31 years.
I did that same parlay you did, and man, Kittle's over really killed us. That was very painful.
Yep.
Because we hit 3 of 4 there.
Yep. I know.
He's a machine. I mean, Deebo
No,
Samuel.
Deebo-
Actually,
Deebo's
I think Deebo's over for receiving didn't hit too. It was short. I think it was shy 6 yards because he had
110
70
total.
Yeah, he had 70
total.
yards on foot, but I think he had 42 receptions receiving yards, and we had
I
50.
only think he caught like 2 balls, like actually caught like two.
You're right. Yeah, I think he only had 2 receptions.
Is that he's very, very good at everything.
Yeah. Hand the
And then
ball
you-
off to him.
then
That's
he threw,
crazy.
Did he throw one? Did he throw a touchdown? He threw a touchdown
No.
last week.
Last week he did.
Last week, yeah.
No, my problem is with the 49ers is they are very, very good, and regardless this offseason, they're going to have to address, does Jimmy G stick around or do you move forward with Trey Lance, who, if you stick Trey Lance, who's a gadget guy as well, but also probably can throw a ball pretty well, with Elijah Mitchell and Debo and all of those guys, that's even more terrifying. And a healthy defense.
I think Trey Lance will become. I think he's going to need like a year or 2, but he's going to be a really good quarterback. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know what you do with Jimmy G though. If you can trade him and think that Trey Lance is your future without like moving backwards because they're good. Like I don't know. I just don't know what you do with Jimmy G to be honest. I mean, Jimmy G takes
trade value for him.
Jimmy G beats the Packers in Lambeau. Like I mean, it probably won't be Jimmy G only, but it most likely definitely won't be only Jimmy G.
No, right now in Green
No,
Bay,
if they beat the
1.
It'll be their defense.
Packers, if they beat the Packers in Lambeau with the weather or whatever, he's going to have to play a good game no matter what. Like he
Yeah.
can't not
And Elijah Mitchell's going to have a really good game too.
Debo's going to have a good game because they're going to run a lot. It's going to be 1-3. And again, Jimmy G literally has a torn ligament that ripped part of his bone off.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see a little bit of mixture, little shared time. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a little shared time this week.
No, I fully expect it because look at what they did with Colin Kaepernick 5-6 years ago. Jesus, when was that? When Colin ran for 300 yards on the Packers. I mean,
I think it was back in like 2013, wasn't it?
I want to say it was a while ago.
11, yeah, a long time ago.
He ran for 300 yards.
13 is when they went. So no, it was very high up there.
That's crazy.
Packers couldn't stop a cold. The 49ers looked really good, but again, we all knew they're built for the playoffs. They run the ball really well. They have a dude that doesn't necessarily turn it over, but he did turn it over a couple times on some pretty errant throws. And their defense is stout. Now, if Joey Bosa is out, that's going to hurt a lot.
Is he out or is he questionable?
Which is the one that plays for the Niners?
Isn't it Nick?
It's Nick. Nick's questionable with the concussion protocol.
He's in the concussion protocol now.
Nick's in the concussion protocol.
I mean, that they're going to try to do everything they can to have him.
Yeah, he's going to play the game.
Well, the other thing is it is a short week. They play
they're playing Saturday. They're playing Saturday morning, right?
Which is kind of bullshit.
Nick Bosa could be cross-eyed.
Which is kind of bullshit that the Arizona and the Rams got put on a short week because they wanted to play on Monday.
Yeah, I trust me. I'm very strongly against that Monday bullshit.
That's such bullshit.
Sunday. They play Sunday. When do they play Sunday or Saturday?
They play Sunday.
The Rams play Sunday, the early game against Tampa Bay.
Right, which is bullshit.
Buffalo and KC have the Sunday night primetime game.
Well, I mean, 49ers have a short week too.
Yeah, but at least it's
Sunday to Saturday. Yeah.
Sunday to Saturday is much better though than Monday to Sunday. Because whenever they do like Saturday to Sundays, they have Monday, Tuesday off. Then they practice Wednesday through Friday, fly, and they go. Like, when you do Monday, that means they only get Tuesday off. They practice Wednesday through Friday, then they fly. So they only get one rest day, really, compared to the two you get if you play on Sunday. That's the whole reason. But, the time is the same.
I mean,
I don't
think they need much
oh, yeah, practice is still light, but no matter what, like, rest is still rest. I mean...
I don't think they really need much rest after Monday night, because there really wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean...
That's fair. That's.
I didn't watch a single minute of that game.
I mean, Stafford's arm is going to be very fresh if he has to do a shootout. So
yeah.
Again, Stafford usually throws 35 fucking times a game. He threw 17.
Yeah.
By the way, Cam Akers huge in that game, but we'll get to that. So San Francisco just looks like a good team. I don't know how that spread is the biggest. I mean, I have full faith in the Packers and they've gotten healthy, but.
What's the spread?
6-point dogs for the 49ers right now is a lot of
6
points.
Yeah.
6.
Nah.
That's a very large spread.
Yeah.
The only reason it is because they're the 6th seed. It's the only reason.
I understand that, but they run the ball and it's cold. It's literally going to be one fucking degree.
The 49ers are probably the only team right now that's built to beat the Packers in Lambeau.
Correct, but if they miss Nick Bosa, that one helps immensely. And, yeah, I mean, it's just time of possession. Jimmy G throws a couple turnovers, that game's over. Or if Aaron actually comes out and they score on offense to get it to 14 or 21, where Jimmy has to play, then it's going to turn into an ugly game for the 49ers. But if they can control the ball, run the ball, like, it's not...
Boy, what they
it's gonna be an inside 6-point game.
The amount of motions that they do and the type of movement they make pre-snap is fucking wild. It's so
disgusting.
They literally lined up 2 freaking offensive linemen in the backfield in like a pistol formation, and then it was Deebo Samuel on a freaking end around. Like, what the hell?
No, their pre-snap motion reminds me of the fucking Steph Curry off the ball movement. Like,
that's what they do. That's literally what the people were talking about yesterday was that, like, the 49ers offense is the only offense that resembles an NBA offense.
Like, it's just everyone moves.
Yep, it's a motion offense, and then they just snap, and then you just go.
And it's like, all right, Jimmy's going to just get this and just chuck it 5 yards to Kittle, or there's going to be 3 reverses, and Elijah Mitchell is now running a wheel route, and Deebo Samuel is throwing it to him. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense, and I hate it. I mean, we all expected this game. I don't think anybody's really surprised, like, from this group that San Francisco won.
Yeah, that was my bet for the week.
Next game was Kansas City and Pittsburgh. Kansas City looked like Kansas City.
In the
Pittsburgh.
the last three
initially-
quarters, they looked like Kansas City.
Pittsburgh initially, I for a second when TJ got that touchdown, I was like, holy shit, it might happen.
If our
Dude.
offense would have been awake, the
Yeah.
game would have been
If-
completely
We
different.
punted the ball 7 times in the first half. Like,
That's
I literally
I
said to
wanted to
Cal,
bang my head off of a wall.
I literally said to Cal, I
was-
was like, if the Steelers, because the Steelers, the Chiefs got a touchdown the next drive and tied it 7-7. I said to Cal, I was like, if the Steelers go down and score a touchdown, that's a game. They didn't do that.
Or a field goal, or kick a field
Yeah,
goal.
Or
they didn't do that.
Points. If they
Dude,
if
we-
they make it, if
we-
they score points, it's a game.
We said this last week that like at any point, if the Chiefs go touchdown, Steelers punt, and the Chiefs go touchdown, the game was over. Like no matter what the score was, the
But
game
what
was going to be
happened
over.
was-
We can't.
they
we
went-
can't
they
keep
went-
up with that.
They went touchdown, punt, touchdown, punt, touchdown, punt, touchdown, punt, touchdown, punt, 5 times in a
Game.
row.
Yes. Game.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Uh,
saying
the
though.
third one was
But
game.
no, but I'm saying like I said that the Steelers,
Or it was
if they
21-7.
did it one time, like if they literally gave up a touchdown, punted, and gave up another touchdown, the game was over, no matter what.
I mean, I have my jersey on and everything, was supporting the man, but Deontay Johnson looked like he was back in 2020. He
yeah,
couldn't.
what the fuck, dude?
Couldn't catch
couldn't
he couldn't catch a
anything.
ball.
And it's kind of
What
funny
happened?
because he really did all season long. I know he had a couple
No,
drops,
he
but
went-
it's,
he had
it's
the-
the
at one
NFL.
point-
At one point,
he had the most
for week
catches
7,
without
he had
the
the
drops.
most. Yeah,
Yeah.
he had the least amount of drops in the NFL.
Yeah,
And
like
then he
was
just took
yeah,
a turn for the worst.
Yep.
Literally.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd love to see how many he dropped.
Dude, the
Patrick Mahomes, did Patrick Mahomes things. They literally weren't going to bed until every offensive weapon caught a touchdown.
bro,
Kelsey
5
threw a
touchdowns.
touchdown in this
He
game,
broke-
right?
Did. Yes.
He
Yeah.
broke the record for 5 touchdowns in the fast amount of time. 10 minutes of game time.
Yeah,
10
like
fucking
10 minutes and
minutes.
like 34 seconds or something
Yeah.
stupid.
You
Yeah, it was
10
very
minutes you
disheartening.
scored 5 touchdowns? That's disgusting.
Yep.
But
And
in
that's
10
not just
minutes
him, that's
of
the whole
watching.
offense. That's the whole offense as a whole. To score 5 touchdowns in 10 minutes of game time is literally disgusting.
Yep. And I mean, our defense. If you went by on a quarter basis, we won the first quarter. Whether we tied 0-0, we won that first quarter. That's exactly what we needed to do. We obviously
And then
need
you
to
got
have
the defensive
points.
touchdown. That's why I was like, oh shit, it could happen. But
Yeah, by the defensive player of the year. And I don't know if did you guys catch the whole thing that happened at Barstool with Hank?
I heard there was something today, but I didn't read into it.
So I watched every one of their stream while they were watching the game because it's hilarious. So Hank bet on who he thought was T.J. Watt first touchdown score,
oh no, I did. Okay, yeah, I know what you're
but
talking
he
about.
actually bet on Derek Watt, $25 to win $3,000. When T.J. Watt scored that touchdown, they erupted, freaked out, like they were going nuts, like it was all like. They $3,000 off $25 bet, and then he's like, here, look, showed the big he goes, that's Derek Watt, and he's like, no, they're like, oh, you fucking idiot, like, dude, it was hilarious. So it's like one of those, like,
Oh, man, that's gotta hurt.
Oh yeah,
Oh my god, that would hurt so much.
yeah.
Man, after
But
the
even
big
like the one dude
celebration and
goes, I
everything.
didn't even know. The one goes, I didn't even know you can pick defensive players
Yeah,
on our app.
it's just a defense.
Yeah, he goes, I don't think you even can pick defensive players on the app. How did you do that? And he was like, I don't know, it was there. I went to the bottom of the list. His name was there. But that was
Damn.
funny. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, like we all said, I mean, the Chiefs are the better football team. We needed to make a miracle if we were going to win that game. I think still to this day, though, we have the pieces for a Super Bowl team. We just got to get that playmaking quarterback under center.
I agree. And
Blessings
if
to
the
Ben.
rumors,
Thank you for everything that you did, and you got us to the playoffs one last time under your regime. Unlikely with the schedule that we had and how we ended up getting in. It's fantastic.
8%.
but,
COVID, too.
everything. Yeah, thanks.
Can't forget Ben did have COVID.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah,
I mean, next year,
yeah, exactly. But no, it's time to move on. It's just I honestly think this is the biggest offseason in Pittsburgh Steelers history because we lost Kevin Colbert. He stepped down, and
until
also-
after the draft.
Yeah, until after the draft, and then obviously Big Ben. So 2 of the biggest heads in your franchise are out.
We shall see what Canada what role he plays next year. If Mason Rudolph was a starting quarterback, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan until I die, and I'll support it. But
you never know. You never know how he's gonna be.
Hey, if I had to root for Deshaun Kaiser for like 8 games in one season, you can root for.
Well, this is
Mason
different.
Rudolph for 16.
This is different, Ty. We all knew that Aaron Rodgers was coming back.
But yeah,
No, I mean, look, you guys are gonna get Russell and Sierra, and everything's gonna be fine.
He did tweet out to like the Steelers.
He's been
and Big
tweeting
Ben.
a lot about 7.
Yeah. So
I will max my credit card to buy every Wilson jersey there is in Pittsburgh. Every color. Black, gold, white, everything.
I mean, dude,
Pink.
it could happen.
Pink. Yeah, we do have pink jerseys.
yeah, I know breast cancer.
Yep.
Like
Oh,
genuinely,
yeah.
it could happen.
But yeah, no, they were a better team. Patrick Mahomes is just crazy. He's that team is turning at the right time. There's a couple teams in this playoffs that they're tough to beat if they play like that. This next week's game, I know we're gonna get to the matchups for next week, but this Bills Chiefs game.
Yeah, it's looking really good.
Yeah.
Out of the dynamic offenses, I mean.
And
And
the Bills
man,
have
both
another one
defenses.
defense, man.
And the Chiefs again once again had the best defense in the last
second
8
half.
weeks. In the last 8 weeks of the
Yeah.
season.
Yeah,
They
they
had
Well,
the
the
best
second half of the
defense.
season, they turn up.
They always do.
They went averaging giving up 32 points a game in the first 8 games to 16 in the last 8. So
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Seems like the Chiefs, it's like a whole kind of turned on after the first half of the season.
No, it's like
they
the
look
Patriots.
really bad.
The Patriots first 5,
And
6
now they
weeks,
look really
they play
good.
like dog shit, and then after that, they'd be like, "Oh, hey, it's November football. Let's get serious."
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that one for sure. Kansas City. They always do this. They always do this. And then the final game, we've talked about it a little bit. The Rams blew the fucking wheels off of the Cardinals. The Cardinals were not the same after losing to the Packers on that Thursday night. I mean, I think they lost 5 of their last 6 to close the season out.
they're
and
just
then
hurt, man.
Then lost this one.
That team is hurt.
Hawkins.
I mean,
Hawkins didn't play yesterday, did he?
no,
he's
didn't
got torn
play.
meniscus. He's got torn meniscus. I
The
told
thing is, if
Cade.
you lose one player, you still should be able to alleviate that with your other weapons. I mean, they have 3 other decent receivers. They have 2 decent running backs. It's just, I don't know, man. It's crazy to see how they've just floundered.
I told Cade today that I really like Kyler Murray, but I seriously feel like he's almost kind of me like how like Baker Mayfield is, where he needs to have the perfect situation for him to do well.
I'm trying to figure out
He needs a step stool. That's what he needs.
Again, like Rondale Moore is a really good slot receiver. Yes, is he a rookie? Yeah, but he's a very good slot receiver. Then you have Christian Kirk on the outside and AJ Green, who are they prime choices? No, but are they a good second and third option? The D-Hop? Sure, but they should be able to at least step into that role and perform slightly. And without D-Hop, that offense didn't do shit. Like, they lost to the Lions, guys.
No, yeah.
Like, the Cardinals and I understand injuries, and I do get that. But at some point, like, then that falls on Kingsbury and the coaching staff more than the players if we're going to blame injuries, because that's awful to not make any adjustments. Like, it's just, the Cardinals don't make sense to me. But also, props to the Rams for obviously figuring it the fuck out. Cam Akers was a huge addition. Definitely better than Sony Michel. I forgot how good Cam Akers really was, even though I did draft him and then had to cut him for my fantasy team, which hurt.
Thank you, James Conner.
Yeah, Rams played really well. Rams are who we thought they were. Von Miller looked pretty energized in that game. Aaron Donald, still Aaron Donald, likes choking dudes. It's weird. Stafford Stafford didn't have to win. Like,
did you see what Ryan Clark tweeted today about OBJ?
Other than it wasn't Baker, no.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. He said something about.
I think he said it wasn't the Browns.
It wasn't the Browns.
Yeah.
Or he dissed Cleveland somehow.
If it's scheme, whatever it is, I mean, he was injured there too. Like, whatever it was, yeah, it didn't work out. I mean, that happens. Like,
He threw a nice pass yesterday too.
He did, dude. He's still athletic. He used to do that for the Giants all the time.
Yeah.
He's thrown. I think he's thrown like 2 or 3 to Jarvis Landry. I'm pretty sure he had more passing touchdowns with the Browns than receiving.
He threw a bomb to Saquon early on.
Yeah, like, dude's still good.
I definitely want to go on record and say that I was partially. I mean, I think kind of all of us said this, but I was definitely partially wrong about him being a cancer. He still can go out there and perform and score
I never
touchdowns.
thought he was a cancer. I just always thought
I did.
like his
I
I
average.
think he's a
was
diva.
great, but-
I think he was a classic wide receiver diva. Is what I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Which I wouldn't call it
I agree with that.
cancer.
I still agree with that. But I don't know if he's
I think he gets a bad rap because he's passionate. I think he gets a bad rap.
Well, I
Because-
always do hate that shit when people go, "Oh,
Yep.
they're a cancer, they're
It's-
this, they're
it's
that."
hard.
I think he
Tom
gets a bad
Brady
rap
smashes
because-
fucking
Because when he
services.
was
He's-
in New
he's
York,
such a competitor.
yeah, because when he was in New York getting 1,500-yard, 15 touchdown seasons and
But
walking
Eli still
over,
could do it.
yeah, walking over and kicking the fucking kicker's net because they're losing games, like it's bullshit.
himself
He's
in the
not.
head.
He's not a diva. He's a competitor and wants to win games. Because when Tom Brady goes over, throws his helmet at his offensive line and kicks his fucking water bottle across the stadium,
Throws the iPad.
he's passionate. He's someone who just wants to win. No, it's a bull.
I hate it so.
It's a
fucking much.
bullshit and a weak take. Like he
It's
wants
almost
to win.
racist.
And
No, it
guess
is
what?
borderline
Why are
racist.
we not
And
hearing?
I hate to do that.
Like, why are we not hearing anything bad about OBJ and the Rams? Is yes, he's producing, but they're also winning, so he's not mad.
Well, and Cooper Kupp's probably setting a really good example for him.
like I just don't
I
think.
mean,
I
he
just
runs
don't
that
think.
receiving
racist.
room.
I think
That's
that he
racist.
was
Is
upset
it?
that he's
He's
in.
a hard
that-
worker.
I think that he was upset because he was in Cleveland for 3 years, and the 1 year they were good, he was hurt. The other 2 years, they weren't really that good when he played, and he really didn't like. He wasn't in Cleveland. He didn't like act the way
averaged,
he
like,
did in New
3
York.
targets a game. He literally
Oh,
averaged
again,
3
the
targets
scheme
a
was
game.
never for Odell either.
Yeah,
No,
but
it's a
like
running football team. That's a running football team.
no, but I'm
Running
saying like I'm talking about like the diva comment. Like he wasn't.
Oh,
he
yeah.
he did not like
No, he
openly
played his
in the
role
media force his way out of Cleveland.
No, his
Cleveland
dad
and
did.
then
His
was
dad did.
separate.
His dad did.
LeVar.
Yeah, his dad did.
His dad did, but that's not him. Like
No.
it's not his fault. It's not
He's
his
a grown
problem.
ass man. I mean,
No, he
you know.
played his role well there. I mean, look, him and
And we-
Jarvis were a
listen,
good combo. They
And no
just,
matter
Yeah.
the scheme was not there.
And no matter what, we have to look at it this way. Everyone gets blamed for OBJ not working. OBJ didn't stay healthy. Baker Mayfield definitely probably didn't prioritize him as a target. Like, I mean, we watched the video where there was a lot of, like, missed throws. And, like, obviously it's football. He dropped balls too, whatever. And also the scheme wasn't fitting him. So that's on the Browns. So it was everyone's fault that it didn't work out. He goes to a team where it works out, and he's playing great football.
He's
I
on-
mean,
he's
No, I mean,
now
if he
on
goes
a-
to
it's just the
other
way it
teams,
is.
he's
It's just-
happy.
it-
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on a pass first team now. He's
Yeah.
Like,
I just
send him
think
to
it's
the-
unfair
with
the
like a
diva
much
comment.
improved
Pass-oriented
quarterback
team.
than
Send
Baker.
him to Tampa Bay. Send him to fucking Houston with Deshaun Watson. Send him anywhere with an above-average quarterback. He is going to thrive.
I just
Yeah.
felt like
He's
I
a
just
good
feel
route
like,
runner.
I just feel like the diva take is like so shitty about him. Like,
No,
like,
it is. It
it's
is
so
dog shit.
shitty.
Is the dude probably a little extra? Sure. If you
Yeah,
wanna call him
yes,
extra,
he's
I get
passionate
that.
for sure.
Every single fucking receiver is outside of maybe like 4 or 5 of the top guys.
He likes himself some shit.
He
Oh,
he is comfortable in the number 2 role.
It's hard for me to like, even though I can definitely differentiate the two now, but like just from me watching Antonio Brown do all that shit on our sideline and everybody else's sideline about like not getting targets, I kind of thought that was almost the same thing that OBJ was doing. The rumors were out there that he wasn't getting targeted, and he really wasn't in Cleveland. Cal said he averaged like 3 targets a game. Right?
yeah, that's
It has the
crazy.
same shit that Antonio Brown said. But of course, Antonio Brown was getting double-digit
But
targets.
there's also-
Yeah, he
yeah.
was getting double-digit
Yeah, no.
targets. But
See, now what I will say is
No,
like
that's-
looking
that's
back
where I'm
on it, Antonio Brown's been a diva his whole career, 100%.
well, except
You know-
until after the perfect hit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like, but they're like, I'm not
Dude, I
mad.
love how people really think that like, that's what like knock his like looniness into.
I mean, it's a
Was
chain
not
of
him.
events.
Definitely
I mean,
It's a
Yeah.
chain of event.
We need to see that mush of a brain from CTE once he passes
Yeah, it's a
away.
chain of event for sure. I mean, he fought a cop. He fought a cop in his house.
He fought a
threw
moving driver.
He threw a couch out of a 9-story fucking apartment building.
Yeah, like something didn't work after that. Like,
No, he's permanently
Dude,
messed up in
he,
that.
on,
He's
on
fucked.
on the Full Send podcast that I watched.
With,
Yeah, I saw that too.
I watched the whole thing. He said he was this close. He almost took because he's like, I wanted to take every bit of clothing off that had the Tampa Bay logo on it in the Jets stadium. He said he almost took his pants off. That is he goes to jail for that.
No, that's actually public indecency, and you
And
can go to jail for
and
that.
sexual offenders. There's kids there.
We've all
expose yourself
watched
to
Dave
kids.
in this.
Yeah.
I assume we've all watched Dave.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
actually how that shit works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So like he even said, he goes, I was that close, but I thought, nah, I shouldn't do that. But he said I was real close to taking my pants off.
I would have.
He talked about
probably
CTE
pissed
in
my
that
pants.
episode too.
Yeah.
He did. He says that he doesn't have it, but no one actually thinks that they have CTE. Like, ask any
Well,
football player. Like
Yeah.
AJ
can't be
Hawk,
diagnosed
any of
till
the
you're dead.
linemen.
Right?
Yeah, you do not know until you're dead.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
You got to. I mean, you literally have to cut someone's skull open.
Well, do it.
I don't think that's how that works. I'm not a medical doctor, but I don't think that's how that works.
I've watched Grey's Anatomy.
I
Hell,
have too. Also,
shut
shout
the-
out! Hey, shout out to them. They're getting an 18th season, and Gray is still around.
Guess
Good
who
God.
gives a fuck? Not this guy. You give a fuck, Tommy?
A little bit, yeah. It's fucking cool. I haven't watched it in
It
like
is.
10 se-
It's
I
like
haven't
general-
watched it in
yeah.
After
like 10
season like 9, after season
Yo,
9.
bro, it's like General Hospital now, though. You know what I mean? They might as well just make it a daily show.
Yeah, I have not watched that shit in like 10-ish seasons. Yeah, LA looks all the way back, especially with the run game and taking the pressure off of Stafford.
I hope they
That's-
beat the shit out of Tampa.
I really hope they do. That spread right now is I think at 3.
I don't care, even though I don't give a shit. I'm still taking Tampa. I mean, I'm still taking the Rams money line, no matter what.
No, I probably am too.
I don't care. Betting against Brady, he fucking sucks. Dude throws the ball no more than 6 yards down the field on average. Elite. Tired of it.
Yep.
I hope someone takes his legs out.
Tua with
That would be the end
Rams.
of it.
I would hope. I hope it is.
Kansas City's not in the past. Yeah, so let's talk about the games this weekend, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, first game up of the 4 is Cincinnati at Tennessee.
I don't know how to feel about this game.
It
I really
depends on
don't.
how bad
I think,
Derrick Henry is. Honestly, that's where I'm at with it.
I think the Bengals win. I think that the Titans can only run the ball. Tannehill's played an incredibly average season. It's just it depends. Yeah, it solely depends on Derrick Henry, how healthy he will be, how many touches he will get. And that's it. But I think the Bengals
No,
win
I-
for sure.
I was gonna say I like the Bengals. I like the Bengals a lot right now. I just don't know. Like, look, I'm looking at this from the concept, and I need to go back and look at Tennessee's like actual schedule to see how they got here. But look, the receivers have been banged up all year. I mean, hell, Julio Jones caught his first touchdown in Week 18.
That's
They've done this without Derrick Henry. Like, their defense clearly has to be some type of competent in like to do this. I want to like the Bengals in this. I just don't know if I can do it.
The reason why the Titans
Based off of the
defense-
fact that I feel like everybody's really high on the Bengals right now.
I like
The
Vrabel
re-
too.
The reason why the Tennessee's defense is decently solid is because they're a very good running football team. They're on the field for a long time. That keeps the defense off the field.
Yeah.
If you think about it, they're not going 3 and out because they tried 3 passing attempts and all went incomplete. Derrick Henry's running he averaged 6 yards a carry almost this year, like 5 point something when he was
Yeah,
running.
but the thing is, like, we have to look at this though as if they haven't had him, because over the last 12 weeks they haven't had him.
Yeah, no, and the dude was still running for over 100 yards almost every single game.
I mean, shout out to their line. There's something about Tennessee that makes me say, like, way too many people are high on the Bengals, and I'm one of them. I like the Bengals. It's more of a self-fade for me. That's where I'm at, like, mentally. It's like it's a self-fade, because I really do like the Bengals. I just feel like Tennessee's going to win this game.
If this is a high-scoring football game, Bengals win.
It's Bengals for sure.
If it's a low-scoring football game, they'll take the Titans.
Like, what are we saying is high scoring? Because 27-24 seems realistic to me.
If that's, I think that's a high-scoring football game for this matchup, for the Titans. I think if it's 27-24, I'm taking the Bengals. If it is now 21-17, I'm taking the Titans.
It's the team that runs the rock, yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the Titans. Well, and it's also
dude,
coaching.
I fucking love the Bengals kicker, and I never thought I'd say that. McPherson is so goddamn good.
He is good.
Like, McPherson is so good. Other than the one game against where him and both forgot how to kick. It was such a weird turn of events.
We're good.
I don't know. Isn't the spread on this like 3.5 right now?
I think 3.5. Yeah, it is 3.5. On Barstool, anyways.
It'll probably. I think it's 3.5 on FanDuel as well. I don't. This game is so weird to me. Yeah, I got 3.5 over under 47. So I mean, if I think my score, yeah, no, Cal, you would be right on that because for going off of what the over under set at by Vegas, yeah, low scoring would be you're in.
I just don't think Tannehill can keep up with a gun show against Aaron Burrow. I really don't. I don't think he can.
No, I don't either. Plus, the only thing with the Bengals, they might be missing two of their starting linemen or defensive linemen. Hendrickson's in the Trey Hendrickson or whatever the fuck his name is in concussion protocol right now.
That is not good.
That would be a huge hit because he has like 14 or 15 sacks on the year.
Yeah.
I don't know how to look at this game honestly. But with that being said, move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Next one, San Francisco going into Green Bay. Currently on FanDuel, I'm assuming it's the same with Barstool -6 for the Packers.
Yeah.
Which again, I fucking hate this number. As a Packers fan, like I hate it. I got this pulled up right now. So on the spread, the number of tickets on the Bengals and Titans is 63% of the bets are on the Titans, 37 is on the Bengals. The percent of money is also leaning very heavy in the Titans, 83% to 17% on the Bengals. So the public is very heavy Titans as well, which makes me also double back on what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
This next game, though, yeah, Packers 49ers is literally 50-50 for money. And it's early. We're like, yeah, I mean, we record this on a Tuesday. It's still really early, but yeah, it's 50-50 on money right now. Tickets are 54-46, so.
Well, it's another two all-time franchises going up against each other, just like it was last week.
A lot of history in the postseason that pisses me off. I mean, we beat them in week 3 on a kick.
I think the Packers. Win the football game. I do. I think just Aaron Rodgers is just too good, and they love to get to the NFC Championship game at least. But I think this game will be close.
I think it's inside of 6. That's why it pisses me off, because like
this will come down to a game-winning field goal or an Aaron Rodgers last drive touchdown.
Which I hate those games.
I think it's honestly. I think they're too good of a coached football team. They come in with too good of game plans. As the 49ers.
So as the Packers fan, here's what I'm concerned with. Like, everyone keeps talking about how the Packers have strangely gotten healthy. Like, they're all incredibly healthy. We got David Bakhtiari back, Za'Darius Smith, Jair Alexander.
Is this his first game? Bakhtiari's first game back?
He played the first half and didn't give up a single, didn't even get beat one time in the first half against the Lions.
Yeah.
So he did get some game condition. He said he felt fine, was ready to go. Like, he's back. Getting Josh Myers back as well. So they're getting 2 linemen back. They're getting 3 linemen back. They're getting Jair back, who's still probably going to be limited for this game, just because Rasul Douglas and Eric Stokes have played so well. They're not going to throw Alexander out there because they don't necessarily need him. I just don't know how all of these pieces are going to fit coming back. Like, you've clearly figured something out, but also at the same time, like, it is always nice to have, like, we're talking all-pro players on your team. So seeing these pieces fit in, how they're going to be rotated is the most interesting thing of me watching Green Bay this year, or this game. But again, I mean, I already said it earlier. San Francisco scares the shit out of me because their entire thing is they're literally Batman's fucking utility belt. Like, you don't know what's in there until it happens, and then you're down 15.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one. I'm confident in the Packers. I just don't know about the cover. I don't know about that 6 points. Also, Moneyline, I think they're like -240, which
they are 265 on Barstool.
I got -250 on FanDuel, I think.
Yeah. San Francisco's 210 then.
Minus 255.
Yeah.
Also, money. Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I hate playing San Francisco. Like, I'm more comfortable playing LA or Tampa Bay if they do get to the championship game. I really am.
They're built to beat the Packers. They're just
They
built
are.
that way.
They just control the goddamn rock, and I hate it.
Yep. Don't turn
And
the
they
ball.
have pass rushers. That's the other thing that sucks. They have pass rushers. Although there was one really interesting stat. The 49ers pass defense is 15th in the league, like in yards given up and all of that, like those metrics. But against the number one receiver on that team, so like obviously like every team plays the same number one receiver for the most part every game. They're 31st or 32nd in the league against number one receivers in yards per game, which means they shut down all the other options except the number one option, which we have Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Again, obviously I'm nervous about it because it's the goddamn 49ers, but it'll be interesting. If there was a gun to my head, though, I'm saying San Fran covers.
If the Rams would have won, so you would have been playing the Cowboys if the Rams won.
No, we would have played the Rams because Cowboys were 3.
Yeah.
Oh, were they? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I would definitely rather play the Rams.
I would have much rather played the Rams.
For your
Cam
situation.
Akers scares me, to be
For
fair.
your situation, yeah, but Cam Akers in Lambeau at 1 degree, like I don't know, he's not the tough guy as Deebo Samuels is.
No. He is not. Yeah, the 49ers are just so deep at playmakers. Which is weird because none of them jump off the board at you, but Kittle, Samuels, Mitchell, like if they have dudes.
Yeah.
And then Sunday's games, LA against Tampa Bay in Tampa. They are.
Which I always hate when they do this on Sunday. It's a 3:00 start and a 6:30 start.
Mm.
If that game goes into overtime, like I hate that when they do that. Like on the Sunday, like on Monday, it's not as. I mean, on Saturday, it's not as bad as 4:30 and 8:15. So it's pretty much 4 hours in between. Where here it's literally 3 hours. 3.5. Like, I hate that. I hate when they do that on this weekend. They do it every year.
No, I hear you. So this one is Buccaneers -3. That's the line. Over-under is 48, which is an interesting number. I might go over in this game.
Yeah, the
48 does not seem like enough points for these two.
I think they're relying heavy on both defenses showing up very well this week. But Tampa Bay is banged up, man.
No, they are beat to shit, and I love it.
They are hurt.
Jensen, 3 of their linemen are hurt. Worf's, the right tackle, might not play at all. He's gonna try and play. I mean, I don't know. Kate, I know you watched the game, but
the
he
Eagles
came back out there and couldn't even fucking walk.
If there was one thing the Eagles did well is they got to Brady because of that dude. They exploited that man.
Again, their secondary still isn't great. Like I don't. This might be another one of those ones where I'm like, I don't know how the Rams are underdogs because defense, I think the Rams are better. Going up head to head, I think the Rams defense is better. I think the Rams offensive weapons right now is better. And if you're asking me between Matt Stafford and Tom Brady, I'm taking Stafford. 3 seems like a lot of points to be given these guys right now, especially after dominating the Cardinals. It is in Tampa Bay, but I mean, they play in LA. They're used to warm weather. It's not like Green Bay or a cold weather team like Buffalo going down and playing Tampa Bay in February when it's humid as shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like the Rams if they play like they did last week. But if the Bucs play like they did last week, it's gonna be another great game. I don't know.
I have to keep riding the Rams. The Rams all the way to the Super Bowl, baby.
Yeah, you did pick them at the beginning of the year.
You did pick them to go all the way.
And win.
I like the Rams here more just from a personnel standpoint.
I like them because I think that they're going to be able to. Well, it also depends if Ronald Jones or Leonard Fournette are out. But I feel like if Tom Brady has to stand there and throw the ball all game, I think the Rams are much more equipped to play the passing game than the run game. So
Yeah.
they're not going to be able to ground and pound them. So then they're going to have to try to beat them through the air. And I think that plays into the Rams. I also think the Rams are going to run the ball a crap ton this entire playoffs. And Matt Stafford will be used upon when he's needed more than like relied upon.
Well, they actually finally got their guy back. Sonny Michel did well.
He was serviceable, but he's not Cam Akers.
He's not Cam
or
Akers.
Henderson.
No, Cam Akers is very good.
Yeah.
Dude's like a fucking MJD type, honestly. Just a bowling ball of a human.
I love Maurice.
Oh, do you guys? By the way, I know it's in the past we talked about him, but shout out Buda Baker. He's out of the hospital, heading home today,
He is,
so
yeah,
he's all
really
good.
functional.
He got fucked up, big time.
That helmet to the back of the head definitely hurts.
Yeah, he got hit hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I see the Rams winning this game pretty handily. I'm definitely taking them at cover, but I might sprinkle in a money line.
I'm taking a money line.
something.
Fuck it.
I don't know how they're 3-point dogs, man. Like, I get it, they're defending champs, but
Ooh, baby. We got 2 winners for the bets already. Let's go.
love to hear it. And then the final game, Sunday night's game, is Buffalo and Kansas City. Kansas City, I think, is
Game of the week.
2-point
It's
favorites.
two, yeah.
This is the AFC Championship
That's gonna
game.
be a great game to watch.
This is the AFC Championship game.
Yeah. It definitely is the AFC Championship
It's the
game.
AFC Championship game.
I think whoever wins this game is
They
gonna
go
walk
on.
through the next team. I don't care who it is.
Other than if the Titans play the Bills. I don't like that matchup for the Bills. I don't. Not just because they beat them beforehand, but they will absolutely just ground and pound them, and that defense does not do well against the run. Just
No,
doesn't.
I will say that, but I still think the Bills will end up winning that game.
Yeah, it's in Tennessee. You're not going to have to worry about snow. It'll be cold, sure, but you won't have the snow or wind, really.
So you're saying you guys are taking the Bills, the Tennessee and the Bills playing the AFC Championship
Yeah.
I
games?
would take them,
so.
but it's not. It'll be a close game.
I think if Derrick
yeah, it'll
Henry,
be,
if Derrick Henry is pre-injury Derrick Henry, I'm taking the Titans.
which, I mean, no one's going to, yeah. I mean, they're the 1 seed for the reason. Like, the Titans,
I
they're
can't
not
believe they're the
talked
one
about,
seed.
they're not sexy. There's nothing good going on, like, in their world right now, other than Derrick Henry coming back. But, like, they've gotten there somehow.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown goes back. And he
Well,
made a
no,
big
AJ
difference.
Brown and Julio were back for Week 18, so that they're full. They're gonna
He
be
made
full
a big
health.
difference. Yeah.
No, they're loaded, but that's just it. They got there without these guys, which
Yep.
inherently does make them scary.
Who do you guys have in the
however,
Chiefs-Bills
I will
game?
say, it's one of the main reasons why I want the Bengals to win is because I want the AFC Championship game in Buffalo or Arrowhead rather than in Tennessee. I just do. It's way better. Both atmospheres are way better than.
They are, but dude, I mean, hey, Nashville would be booming.
I know, but I'm talking about like football stadiums, like
No,
the way the atmosphere is at both of those places. I'd much rather see an AFC Championship game. I would love to. I'm riding Buffalo.
I want one in
I'm riding
Buffalo.
out of the AFC. I tweeted last night. I'm like,
If Buffalo makes it to the AFC Championship game, I might go tailgate it and watch a game in Buffalo.
Fun.
I mean, it's an hour and a half drive for me. I'd probably do it.
That'd be
It'd
fun.
be an interesting one.
I mean,
Would you go through a table for some money?
no.
For
I
money,
would go to
yeah.
the table for free.
I mean, for
Yeah,
Some
for money?
Yeah.
$100
Yeah,
bucks.
money.
$100 I'm
$100
jumping off the roof of a car into a table.
I'm like, God,
$100 you could break your shoulder, but is it worth?
I ain't gonna break my
Have you ever
shoulder.
jumped on a table before?
Bro, did you see the dude that jumped off the van?
Well, that's
Into the
what
I'm
table?
not
he
saying
went.
that. I'll jump
Well,
off
that's
the back
that's
of
what's
a
in,
truck.
that is
Dude
what
is-
that is implanted in my head right now. That dude could have broken his shoulder for sure.
$200. It's done.
Free. A bottle of Rumplemans.
Rumpleman's hits different in the wintertime.
By the way, I'm not drinking right now. Just got to throw that out there since I said that.
Rumpleman's hit different in the wintertime though. When you're outside,
It's good.
it hits different.
What are you talking about, Ty? How would you go through a table? Through somebody else? Like somebody else is putting you through a table, or you're definitely jumping?
You could straight up give me a fucking Batista bomb. I wouldn't care. It's a table. I've jumped on folding tables before. They don't they're very easy to break.
Okay, I've never been through a table, so it seems like
They are a lot harder to break though when it's
I'm
cold.
not- Yeah,
only
but the
ones
thing
that
is,
are
I'm
on
not
the only
jumping
ones that
from a 10-foot platform down
yeah,
onto
yeah.
a
The only
table.
ones that are on the internet are ones that are extreme. So like,
Yeah, I'm
you know,
not doing
those are
that.
the only
Like-
ones I see.
Like I said, you want to give me a Batista bomb, I'm down.
I don't know if I can do that. You might land on your neck, and that would be very bad. I don't think I can pick you up, bud.
Yeah, but I think I said this to Cade after the Chiefs beat us on Sunday night. If the Chiefs play like they did in the last 3 quarters and the Bills play like they did against the Patriots, this is the best. This will be the best playoff game we've ever seen.
It'll be like the Chiefs Rams back 3 years
Yes.
ago now.
Yeah, when
55
Jared
to
Goff and them
51?
went off. Yeah, it's going to be that type of game.
Yeah, I can see that absolutely.
It will be nuts.
I personally think that I think this is the way the game's going to go. I think the Chiefs are going to come out real slow, and the defense is going to keep them in it. And I think the Chiefs are going to. It's going to be like a 27-24 Chiefs score touchdown to win type game.
Yeah,
I really do.
I think the Chiefs might beat Buffalo.
And
I do
Stephon
too.
Diggs is standing
Yeah, I've
watching
been
them
preaching
celebrate
this
again.
for the longest since the Bills beat them 38 to like 20 or whatever it was earlier this year. The Bills are built to beat a team, and it's the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They have 2 All-Pro safeties in Poyer and Hyde. They don't need to worry about their safeties being a hindrance, and they are missing Tre'Davious White, but their corners are also fucking stellar.
They're gonna.
Like,
th-
The
What's
Bills
wrong
are
with
Dude,
what's wrong
this
with White?
is
he out?
this is one of
Yeah,
those
half of the
games
season.
though.
Towards ACL.
like towards
So-
ACL or something.
Yeah, he tore his
Okay,
ACL
but
a
this
while
is
back.
one of those games where Andy Reid just being a much I'm not saying that Sean McDermott's bad, but I'm saying a much more experienced and good coach. He comes out with a completely random game plan that the Chiefs would probably never run ever, and they just either walk through this game or the Bills or they pull it out at the end. Like I just feel like it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, you know, the more things change, the more it remains the same, like kind of game where Pat Mahomes figures it out and like wins. Like I just do. Like I think Josh Allen will have a great game. I just every time I think about it, it's so hard. Like who's betting against the Chiefs? Like money line wise, you're not betting against the Chiefs. You're gonna bet the Bills straight up. Is that more of a home?
Just so you know,
I
To be honest.
did a parlay this morning where I did every underdog money line and just for plus 3,000 odds and put $5 on it just for the
I don't
money.
hate it.
I mean,
The
I did
public
it,
is
so,
very
yes.
heavy, and I mean very heavy on Chiefs money line. So
Chiefs money line.
Chiefs money line.
Yeah.
What's the over? I mean, what's the money lines right now?
Plus
so
108?
Where do you see that, Ty? By the way,
Plus 110.
is there a website?
I bought a thing.
Oh, you bought a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Plus
Or you're
110.
not talking about the laptop. You're talking about you bought like a subscription service to like this website.
There
Okay.
you go.
Plus 110
yeah,
and plus
so-
minus 22 or whatever, or something like that.
So yeah, here's money line. Here's the number of tickets is 65% on Chiefs money lines, 35% on Bills. Then percentage of money is 73% on Chiefs money line, 27% on the Bills. But then if you go to the spread, which again, the spread is only 2.5 in some places, 1.5 in other places. 37% of the tickets are on the Bills, but then 90% of the money is on the Bills spread. So if the Bills lose, they're losing by less than 2, people believe. Because, yeah, they have less tickets but more money, which means there's people throwing a shitload of money on Bills spread.
Yeah.
And again, if
We're
it's
taking,
only
so we're
two-
taking
if it's
Kansas City then? I'm confused.
No, so
If the
there's-
NFL's ranked, what do we for the money?
Kansas City spread.
We're taking Kansas City spread.
Kansas City spread, Buffalo's money line. That's what you're taking if you're gonna go against the.
if you're going
against
against
the
the
system.
public right now.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the public is on the Kansas City money line.
Yeah. So you take their spread.
The money is on Bills spread.
Yes. You
So, like,
take
the Bills-
Chiefs
spread,
spread,
okay.
or you take the Bills money line.
You spread it as maybe.
That's what the money says.
The money never loses.
Well, hey, if you're gonna do that, then 46% of the tickets are on the Rams spread, but 92% of the money is on them. So Tampa Bay.
So Tampa Bay. Okay. Let me just get this out of the way now.
Again, Packers and Niners is wild. It's literally 50-50.
What about Bengals?
Bengals for the spread, 37% of the bets are on the Bengals, while only 17% of the money is on the Bengals. So Bengals.
What about your team, the Pack?
It's 50-50. It is literally 50-50.
Wow. Well, I got me my parlay. Let's go. 200 to win 3,000.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not doing that. I'm kidding. Not doing that.
I was gonna say I would not like. I definitely would not go.
It doesn't surprise me.
Like
It doesn't surprise me. I didn't even like get like a, oh my god Evan moment because it wouldn't surprise me at all.
I am putting $25 on it. No.
Yeah, why not? All right, we want to get to bets.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
I will go first too. I'm ready.
Well, hang on. You gotta give
Yeah,
me.
I'll give the recap too.
All right, go
So,
crazy.
This week, I'll start with myself. I lost Giga Chikadze. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Giga Chikaze.
Chikaze, okay. He got absolutely demolished. Went right to the hospital. I don't know if you saw that, Ty, but his face was just a cheese grinder.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
And then I won the 49ers. I took the 49ers money line, so I netted 0.28 or I netted 0.4 units combined from last week. I'm at 0.28 total. Ty won the 49ers money line bet and lost the Eagles one. So he lost 0.08 units, taking him to minus 2.08 units on the year. Cade won the 49ers money line, lost the Vegas bet. So he netted 0.4 units this week, taking him to 0.28 as well. Me and Cade have mirrored each other both weeks. Cal, congratulations, won both of his bets this week for 0.94 units and 0.92 units, taking him from minus 2 last week to minus 0.14 this week.
It's a big push.
That's where we are.
I'm an 0-2 and 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So he's just
really,
about. I mean, just about breaking.
1-3.
Yep, and Ty is the loser.
It feels bad.
Yep. 25 to win 443. Let's go. And if I win that parlay, I will be subscribing to that, whatever you just did, Ty. It's worth it.
Evan, don't you have ESPN Plus?
Pretty sure I can just give you the login.
You can just go to ESPN Plus and do it there.
No, not like I'm looking at like actual like betting, like it's a real ass betting site with like real numbers. It pulls from everything. It's not ESPN Plus.
No, but I'm saying ESPN Plus offers the same thing. It tells you like where the money's going, like the public versus the like the favorite, all that kind of stuff too. And it gives you like, I mean, it's not as detailed as that obviously because that's like made for that, but it does give you the details of that.
So, all right, well, I'll go for my first bets this week. I'm going to do one football and then one UFC. A big card for the UFC.
Yeah, that's true. I need to look at that.
I don't know why it's called a pussy, but one bet for the UFC, one bet for the football. I don't know how this is possible, but Francis Ngannou, first off, is a dog versus Cyril Gane. Second, I'm actually going to take him by knockout, plus 145, and then I'm going Cincinnati money line, plus 168.
And you're taking Frankie KO?
Frankie KO plus 145, yeah. To just win the fight, Ty, he's plus 122. But if he wins, there's no other way he wins. He's not going to tap out.
He's not tapping Cyril Gane out, and he's definitely not taking his ass the distance.
He could. Well,
I don't see that happening.
I don't either. He's just too big, and he hits way too hard. All right, Ty.
How the is he an underdog?
I don't know. He's a champion and an underdog, and hits harder than, with more force than like a Ford Durango or whatever it was they said last year.
Dodge Durango.
Ford. It was Ford Escape or something. I don't know. Can't remember the car they said.
Okay.
Just give me Frankie money line, dude. There's no way I'm not betting Frank just straight up.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way.
I'll be putting money on both Frankie straight up and Frankie KO.
Yeah, I mean,
Little
look,
double
there's
dipping
no
it.
way I'm not. Yeah.
I just hope the odds
Get
don't
the
change
fuck
until we
outta
get
here.
till Saturday. I'm gonna
There's
put,
simply no fucking way I'm not putting money on Frank straight up.
Yep.
So yeah, Frank straight up and then Rams money line plus 126.
what's this money line. What is that? Plus 122, I think.
Yeah, plus 122.
And Rams money line.
Yep.
Hey, are we gonna do what we said about
Plus
last week?
126.
Are we gonna do that what we said about last week and do the third bet as well, but not count it towards anything like that? Just
Charles and I are still working on that, so
Okay.
not yet.
okay.
We give it some time.
Well, he has COVID right now, so.
R.I.P.
Evan, I'm ready.
I'm ready for you.
I'm taking the Rams money line plus 128. That's what I have. I don't know what FanDuel has.
And then I'll just switch it to plus
I was gonna
128.
say change it to 128.
And go
Why is that what's FanDuel's?
126.
126. So
Oh,
we're just gonna run
okay,
up to the
cool.
It's marginal.
Yeah, sure. And then I am going to take the under 55 in the Chiefs and Bills.
See, I contemplated going over on that son of a bitch.
What is it?
Okay, the thing is it opened at 57 and it's dropped 2.
Love that. Under 55.
So
What's the odds, Gabe?
Oh, minus 110.
Why not? All right. Gal?
55 is a lot for a playoff game, though.
it is.
And teams that have already played each other. Like, that's big facts, too.
I had it and I want.
I really like the way that we're doing it this way because it really does make betting underdogs like a more risk reward.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm taking the Rams plus 3. No, actually not the Rams plus 3. Sorry. The Bengals plus 3.5. Bengals plus 3.5. Which is minus 110. Is that what you guys have?
That sounds right for a football sport.
Yeah, I don't think it would be anything less.
What is it?
They're both at minus 110, so I'm guessing it's right.
Yeah, no, it's minus 110. Yeah.
And then I'm taking the Bills plus 108 money line.
Plus 108.
Yes, sir.
Right, we're in. I love this fucking Google Docs shit. Big fan.
All right, yeah. Anyone have anything else to add?
Nope.
Other than
Bet
Frankie
responsibly,
and,
but
Green,
not
I don't really care about
responsibly.
anything.
Yeah, you know what? If you bet money, you gotta put enough out there, or make it big enough where you're feeling something. You know?
Listen, if you don't have a pit in your stomach, it wasn't big enough, right, Ev?
Exactly.
Yeah. So if
I had many
this
pits in my
is-
stomach this weekend and it did not work out.
Yes. I've had so many pits over the past weeks. I've puked, and I've
I'm
lost.
gonna
all
go
of them.
here in a minute once we get done with this.
What? Puke?
Understandable.
Yeah.
Stop. Really?
Yeah, I go shit water again.
Oh.
Stop.
I said puke, not poop.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
show,
it's fine.
guys. Everyone have a good rest of your night.
Yeah,
We
see
will
ya.
see you
Hang on,
next
I'm doing,
week.
I'm doing something, damn it.
Oh, okay. Well, Cal's over here talking about shitting again.
I know what Cal's doing.
He has like an obsession with it. It's kind of weird.
Tickle, tickle, here's the pickle.
Bills, you had money line.
Make sure you turn the fan on, Cal.
You know, actually, I forgot to mention about the whole light thing. The reason actually why I don't turn the light on anymore is everything to do with my dog. Because my dog loves to bite at the shadows on the ground. That's the real reason why I stopped pooping with the
And
light
guess
on.
whose fault that is?
Kate's.
So in turn,
Dude, it's not my fault the dog.
Full circle.
It's not my fault the dog's special. Like, he's special.
Full
It's not my
circle.
fault. We did it
So-
one time. We did it one time with a shadow, and,
Full circle.
and he's
And
broken
laser
from it.
pointer. You remember the laser pointer?
I never have owned a laser pointer in my life.
At the house, Kate did the little mouse one
Hey.
with the cat.
So just so you guys know, if we did a scuffed pod parlay on this one, it would be Rams money line. I'm going off of our picks that I can make work with the best odds, basically.
Yep.
Rams money line, Frankie money line. I could throw in the KO just to make that a little spicier.
I think you should.
Bills money line and Bengals money line, because all of those are in here. That is a 4-leg parlay at plus 2,700.
Love it.
Could you
See,
put
that's
that
what I
in
want
like
to
a
do.
little,
I just
special
want to.
graphic and we can tweet it
I
out?
just want
Well,
one.
that's what we want to do, Evan. Moving
No,
forward.
that's what we're gonna do
Everyone
with like
pick-
the
Yeah.
grab my wallet.
grab my wallet. And
Little
yeah,
side
everyone
thing.
pick one pick on. Like,
I'll
actually
Like I
take-
said,
extra
Charles and I
pick.
are working on it. So
I'll
Pretty
retweet
much-
the shit out of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah, and I'm
Ride
gonna
with
hit that
us.
every week. Absolutely.
This doesn't go towards your record for the pod and like that. This
No,
is-
I love
I'm
that.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of my picks out of the two I make, and that's gonna go towards the
right.
parlay.
Nice.
there it is.
Can you say it one more time?
So this is the Rams money line, Frankie money line. Again, if we put the KO in there, it gets
Yeah.
better. But I mean, Frankie money line is more certain. Bills money line, Bengals money line. I mean, to be fair, it is literally it's four underdogs.
Rams money line, Bills money line,
I'm gonna do it.
Bengals money line.
Yeah, Bengals, Bills,
Plus
Rams,
26.96. 25 to win 674. Woo!
That would be some shit.
That would be fucking glorious.
I'm gonna go puts it on.
All right, yeah, that's the show. Just that's a little tease of what's coming in the future. We're working on a new little thing that we're gonna be tweeting out. Probably when it gets closer, we'll probably like talk about it on Tuesdays, but then probably tweet it out, throw it together on a Thursday or Friday, just to make it a little more relevant to the weekends. But yeah, that's the thing we're doing. Be on the lookout for it. Unofficially, that could be our first one. But yeah, as always, have a great weekend. Bet responsibly or don't. I don't really give a shit. Drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. You end up looking like this fucking schmuck.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and tell someone you love them.
Watch what you eat.
Tell someone you love them.
Okay.
Watch what you eat.
All right. Much love.
too.
Bye, everyone.
Have a twisted tea, as Evan says.